questions about what it's going to take to get you promoted into a senior executive leadership position. Today, I'm going to be answering a question from Christy about how do I manage the unknowns that kind of make promotion discussions difficult. I'll read her complete question here in a minute. But the short answer is starting to realize that these unknowns are actually very, very predictable. So I'll break that down here for you in just a minute. So who am I? My name is Stacy Mayer, and I coach corporate managers to get promoted into senior executive leadership positions. And I am on a mission to bring more diversity to the leadership table by getting 1,000 powerhouse, underrepresented corporate managers promoted into senior executive leadership positions each and every year worldwide. My 6-week group coaching intensive is called Executive Ahead of Time, where I teach corporate executives to get those skills that are going to really get them recognized and to advance their leadership to that next level, how to scale themselves to the C-suite. What are those skills that they need to start working on today, even regardless of where they're at in their leadership journey? So giving them skills. And then on this episode, I'm going to be giving you those skills as well. So this question, let me read Christy's full question that I'll be answering today, is how do I manage the unknowns, such as competing pressures, conflicts, competition among the existing executive team that may hinder promotion discussions about me, but are unrelated to my performance? There's so many good questions in here, or so many good points. So the first point that I want to talk about is this idea of how do I manage the unknowns? I think it's actually really useful for you as a leader to look at what is known. What are the predictable factors? So in Christy's case, it could be something like if she is anticipating that these conflicts are happening within the executive team and there's sort of this competition happening over here, this is not actually unknown. It's not a surprise to her. It's not a shock. And if she can start to say, okay, there are existing competition, there is a lot of egos going around, there's a lot of changes happening. These are actually all knowns, right? So it's like we can even look at COVID, right? And we can think about since March, we don't know what's going to happen. Whereas in reality, we do know a lot. We know that a lot of crazy stuff is happening. And so we can actually set ourselves up to succeed during any given time, no matter how much turmoil or challenges or whatever is facing us in our career, if we just acknowledge that there are, in fact, things happening and start to look at what is it that we do know. So she tells me in her question that she knows a lot. She knows that there's existing pressure, that there's existing conflict, that there's existing challenges at her organization. So starting with that sort of mindset is a really great place to start. The next thing I want to coach Christy to do is to stay in her own lane, to worry about herself. So she says that this is going to hinder conversations about her own promotion opportunities. How can she actively, proactively go out and have the conversations with the people without waiting for them to come to her? So the known factor is that it's going to be difficult to have these conversations. So who are the people who would be willing to have promotion conversations with you right now? Who are those people that you need to be building those connections with? So it might be the CEO of your organization. Like, just go straight to the CEO. If your particular boss seems to be very stressed out right now and sort of like all over the place, go to your boss's boss, right? So whatever that is, there's always somebody else that you can talk to in your organization. Now, what are you actually going to talk to them about? Are you going to say, hey, let's talk about my promotion, right? Especially if it's the CEO and they have nothing to do with your promotion, right? You're going to have conversations with them about, now let's go back to her performance. So she said it's going to take the conversation away from her actual performance. So I want her to bring back her performance into the conversation. So if you're going to have a conversation with the CEO, I want you to actually talk to the CEO about what it is that you're working on right now. So have a conversation with them about like what's working, what your challenges that you're facing. Have a conversation essentially about your performance. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to go out and you're going to have those conversations proactively. So first step is get clear on what the known factors are. The second step is that you're going to start to have proactive conversations with leadership, whoever it is that will be able to talk about your promotion. And then the third factor is I want you to get really real about what it is that you want and need. So if you want to get promoted into a vice president position, why is it important for you to be in that vice president position? Like, what is it that you're hoping to accomplish in your career, and how is that uniquely aligned with your particular assets, what you're great at, right? Your ability to lead at that higher executive level. So get really clear why it matters to have you in a higher level position versus just, I need to get recognized because I've been here for 15 years or I've been stuck in this position for 5 years and it's time. Like, really understand why it matters to have you in that higher level executive position. And then once you start to think about that, then you're going to, again, take matters into your own hands. You're going to say, okay, I'm giving this organization such and such time to get my promotion. And in the meantime, I'm going to be expanding my network. I'm going to be having conversations. I'm going to be looking for what else is out there. I'm going to be proactively looking, like proactively networking, proactively building relationships with mentors and sponsors, like whatever that is that you want to start doing that really takes matters into your own hands. So that is how you're going to get back on track. And here's the good news. All of that shows you how to become the executive ahead of time. So here's the thing. If you're an executive, if you're a senior executive leader, you're not saying things to yourself like, oh, all this stuff is happening to our team. I'm powerless. I don't know what to do. Look, they're making all these crazy decisions at the top and they don't have anything to do with me. Now, you can say that, right? But I'm looking at making you a powerhouse senior executive, right? And so those are the dumpy senior executives that complain all the time and don't really seem like they have it together. I want you to be that powerhouse executive that is able to say, okay, these are the unknowns, but this is what we do know, and this is the plan that we're going to put in place. The senior executive leader doesn't complain about the problems in front of them. The senior executive leader is resourceful and figures out a solution to those problems. So that is how you are becoming the executive ahead of time. Now, if you were listening to this broadcast and you, one, have questions for me, I want you to definitely DM me and let me know what your questions are, and I will answer them for you in this next week's episode. And number two, if you are somebody listening to this and you're like, I want to take this work one step deeper, then I invite you to sign up for my VIP wait list for executive ahead of time. So this is I only open up the program a few times per year because, and I'm putting it in the chat so you can sign up for the wait list. So here's why I only open it up a few times per year. It's because we actually have a cohort of people, other powerhouse executives, going through the program with you at the same time. So one of the benefits of the program, in addition to the 6 core training modules that I'm going to teach you, all of these tools about how to get yourself to that next level of leadership, you're going to have a group of people that you're going through the program with, and you're going to get to know them, and you're going to be building that network, and you're going to be learning from those people. So that is why the program only opens up certain times out a year. So definitely sign up for the VIP waitlist, one, so that you don't miss out on the next opening, and two, because I always offer bonuses and early registration bonuses. So I don't want you to miss out on that, so that you can even get a even richer experience and have all of the tools you need to get yourself promoted into that next level of leadership. So go on, sign up, and otherwise I will see you here next week. Take care. Bye.